Simon Charles Dorante Day, an Australian, claims he is the illegitimate son of Prince Charles and Camilla. He claimed Prince Charles and Camilla became parents when Prince Charles was in his late teens and Camilla in her early 20s. Simon was born in Portsmouth, in the United Kingdom in 1966. According to his story, he was adopted at the age of 8 months. After he was adopted, he and his adoptive parents moved to Australia. He claimed that his adoptive grandparents worked in the royal household. He further claimed that his adoptive grandmother told him that he is the son of Charles and Camilla. He claimed that Charles and Camilla already had a close relationship in 1965. And 9 months before he was born, Camilla was reportedly missing from the social scene and Prince Charles was sent out on a trip to Australia. Simon claimed that Camilla kept him until he was 8 months old. During this time, the families kept him hidden from the world with the help of royal protection officers and even members of the royal family. After 8 months, he was quietly given up for adoption after being named Simon Charles. Before Queen Elizabeth died, Simon wrote to her. According to published reports, the Queen never responded. Simon has pursued a request for a DNA test from Charles and Camilla, but even this has gone nowhere. Now Simon is planning to pursue a documentary about his life story and the search for the truth. While there have been many who claim they are linked to the royals, Simon's story is the one that seems to have captured some of the media's attention. Simon acknowledges that his story sounds unbelievable, but he said everything he said can be verified. According to Simon, "I'm simply a man looking for my biological parents, and every road has led me back to Camilla and Charles. I'm not in this for money or for a title, I simply want to know who my parents are." Charles and Camilla have never commented on the matter. Obviously, Simon will need a lot of evidence before he can be taken seriously. This is not the first time that Prince Charles' name has been linked as the father of a child. Jason Jenkins is the son of Canadian former Navy Lieutenant Janet. Janet claims that Prince Charles is the father of her child. According to Janet, she and Prince Charles had an affair when Prince Charles was married to Princess Diana. Janet claimed, "Ours was a long-distance romance, clothes used to be just ripped off and left where they dropped. At the time, neither of us used birth control or other protection. It was before AIDS and we just didn't think about it." Supposedly Jason, who was born 9 months after their encounters, is now 34. As unbelievable as these stories seems, King Charles is not the only royal whose name have been linked to potential love children. Let us take a brief look at royals whose names are linked to love children. In most of the cases, the royals were forced to acknowledge paternity of these children. Prince Albert of Monaco. Before Prince Albert of Monaco married Charlene Wittstock and they welcomed twins, he had children born out of wedlock. The first, a daughter named Jasmine Grace Grimaldi, was born to an American woman in 1992. Jasmine's mother had her original paternity case thrown out in California. However, in 2006, Prince Albert acknowledged that he was Jasmine's father. Prince Albert has since invited Jasmine, now 25, to live and study in Monaco. Jasmine has no rights to the line of succession. Most recently, Jasmine has shared public posts in support of her father as he recovered from a virus. Jasmine's postings proves a strong bond with her father, despite their rocky start. In one of her posts, Jasmine said, "Prayers have been answered and my father has announced he is healed and healthy from the devastating virus. He is now free to go quarantine with family." This was very wonderful news to hear. In 2005, Prince Albert confirmed the paternity of his other child, Alexandra Coste. Alexandra's mother is a former flight attendant. His mother acknowledged that Prince Albert provided allowance and accommodation after the birth of her child. Captain Mark Phillips, the husband of Queen Elizabeth's daughter, Anne, Princess Royal, fathered a daughter in 1985. Felicity was born in New Zealand and her mother's name is Heather Tonkin, and she worked as an art teacher. Captain Mark Phillips was confirmed as Felicity's father in 1991 after a paternity suit. He and Princess Anne divorced a year later. Felicity is a half-sister to Zara and Peter Phillips, but has little contact with them. King Albert II of Belgium is the father of 51-year-old Belgian sculptor Delphine Berle. The king reportedly had an affair with Baroness Sybil de Celis-Longchamps, which resulted in Delphine's birth. Delphine's paternity had been a long-standing open secret. According to Delphine, her parents kept in contact for years, but her mother waited until she was 18 to tell her the truth of her parentage. When Delphine attempted to contact King Albert, he allegedly told her, "Leave me alone with that story. You are not my daughter." However, in January this year, the former king finally came clean and, according to his lawyers, admitted to being her father to put an end, with honor and dignity, to this painful procedure. The king ended the legal battle and has accepted Delphine Berle as his fourth child. The Duke of Kent is rumored to be father to two children. The first, Rain McCorquodale, was born to Barbara Cartland, an author, in 1929 while she was still married to Alexander McCorquodale. Rain McCorquodale is known for being the stepmother of Diana, Princess of Wales. His second child, Michael Temple Canfield, was allegedly born to American socialite Kiki Preston. Preston, known for her drug addiction and referred to as the girl with the silver syringe, is said to have given birth to Canfield in 1926 after a long and dangerous affair. Both Prince George's brother, Edward, the Duke of Windsor, and Laura, Duchess of Marlborough, had said that they believed this. Baby Michael was adopted by Cass Canfield, and went on to marry Caroline Lee Bouvier, younger sister of First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, the father of the former Queen Beatrix, also had two children during his marriage to Queen Juliana. The first, Alexia Grinder-Lejeune, was allegedly born to his mistress Helene Grinder, who he kept in a fancy Parisian apartment. The second, Alicia von Bielefeld, was born to an American mother. Prince Bernhard only admitted to being her father a few months before his death, insisting that she must be left alone. Prince Carlos, Duke of Parma, a member of the Dutch royal family and head of the House of Bourbon-Parma, fathered a son out of wedlock in 1997. During his relationship with Brigitte Klinstra, before his marriage to Princess Anne-Marie, Carlos Hugo Roderick Cyprian Klinstra was born. In 2015, when Carlos turned 18, he petitioned the court to adopt his father's surname and be named a prince. A court judgment in 2016 ruled that Klinstra is legally entitled to the name His Royal Highness Prince Carlos Hugo Roderick Cyprian of Bourbon-Parma. However, he is not a member of the royal family or eligible to inherit the throne. Prince Carlos reportedly opposed his son's court battle the entire way. In the book Dramas in the Belgian royal house, King Leopold III, the father of Albert II, is alleged to have had a daughter. According to the book, Leopold had lost his wife in a car accident in 1935 and started a relationship with Lieselot Landbeck. The union resulted in a daughter, Ingeborg Verdun. Although it has never been confirmed, the same book also alleges that King Leopold was father to another child, a son. It happened during the difficult years 1954-55 after the Belgian royals returned home from Switzerland after the war. Based on these histories of royals behaving badly, we have not formed any opinion that Prince Charles is the father of Simon and Jason. However, there is a saying, where there is smoke there is fire.